This video continues my conversation with holistic health coach and JuicePlus representative Mary Branson. In this part of the video, we're sitting down discussing what is JuicePlus, how is it made, and we're looking at the difference between supplements and nutritional products, as well as the difference between food versus fake. I hope you enjoy it.
Let's maybe move into talking about what JuicePlus is and getting into that.
Okay. So JuicePlus is 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries that are vine ripened. They work with all their farmers, so they know their farmers very well. They use non-traditional methods of pest control. They've been farming for years using great practices. Their farmers focus on specific crops. So it's not one farmer growing all the foods. You know, they have farms all over the world to make sure that the foods are indigenous to that region. So they allow the crops to fully ripen, which is important, vine ripen. And then they pick them at the peak of their freshness. And when they're not right near their facility, they'll flash freeze it because that'll lock in all the nutrients. So they crush up every part of the plant. They crush up the peel, the pit, the seeds, the rind, the flowers, the stem, where the nutrition is. That's what they crush up because most people just eat the pulp of plants. They don't eat the seeds and the rind. You know, an orange, 80% of the vitamin C is in the peel. And nobody's eating the peel, or not many people that I know of anyway. So they crush up every part of the plant because that's where a lot of the nutrition is. And then they dry it under a very low heat and they put it into powders or soft chew form. So the powders get put into capsules, and then the way they do it is they kind of make it into a big slurry. So then they'll either dry it under a low heat to make powders, or they'll put it into a soft chew form. They'll make like a gummy. And the reason they did that is because some people have trouble swallowing capsules, and they also wanted kids to be able to take it as well. So after they encapsulate it or put it in soft chew form, it's really interesting because they have NSF certification. And that means that it's free of molds, heavy metals, fungus, herbicides, pesticides. So NSF will come in at the end and they'll say, they'll test it and they'll tell the company, you only have to test at the very end. And then we'll come in and test it and make sure it's safe. And JuicePlus says, we're not only going to test it at the end. We're going to test it at the beginning and at the middle and, at the end. I mean, they test 5 or 6 times throughout the whole process because they want to know if there's a breakdown, they want to know exactly where it is. So they're not going to wait until the product is finished to test it. They're going to test it 6 times throughout the process to make sure. So it's the safest nutritional product in the world that you can find. And it's also the most thoroughly researched. So it's great because, as I was saying before, they worked with biochemists to choose the plants that work in synergy with each other and target your organs. They're not just going to throw in like, oh, strawberries are great. Let's put strawberries in this blend. Well, strawberries aren't even in the berry blend. And people might say, well, why not? And they said, because it doesn't work with these other plants. We want to make sure we're providing the plants that will work best with each other. So they put in goji berries and blackcurrant and acerola cherry and elderberry, plants that we might not eat on a regular basis, but that are so critical for good health. So it's really a unique product. It's an interesting product, and it's a highly effective product that just really helps anybody with their nutrition.
That's great. So one thing that maybe people should understand specifically about JuicePlus Would you agree that we should not call it a supplement?
Yes, that's the other thing I didn't mention is a lot of people think it's just another vitamin, and it's not, because it actually has a nutrition label. So vitamins don't work in your body because it's isolated nutrition. For example, they might pull the vitamin C out of an orange and put vitamin C into a vitamin bottle. But the vitamin C doesn't know what to do without the rest of that orange. So that's why you need to make sure it's a whole food product that you're eating, because vitamins are a waste of money. Doctors call them expensive pee. They get into your body. They don't absorb. They just go right through you. Yeah. JuicePlus has been proven to absorb into your bloodstream and actually do what it's supposed to do, just like real food does. So the nutrition label is really key. And then the other thing with vitamins, you only get a handful of nutrients. You only get, vitamin C or vitamin K or, vitamin D, or you only get a select few vitamins that are in a vitamin bottle. Whereas whole food has thousands and thousands of micronutrients, many that we haven't even identified yet. I think we've identified like 10,000 phytonutrients in an apple, but there's so much more that we haven't even identified yet. So there's no comparison between a multivitamin and whole food. And also a vitamin can be harmful. It has a safety cap for a reason. You can overdose on vitamins. They can be made with artificial sweeteners, artificial colors and dyes, that has a warning label on it. So vitamins are not healthy for you. And even for kids, our JuicePlus gummies don't have a warning label. They don't have a safety cap. You can eat the whole bag and be fine. You might be in the bathroom a little more. And in fact, parents have called poison control and said, "Oh no, my son ate the whole bag of veggie gummies." And they said, "It's food. You can't overdose on food." So, there's just really no comparison between vitamins and between the JuicePlus product. So, I mean, it's just so unique. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just such a unique whole food product that I think everybody needs.
I like how you bring up the nutrition label. And just to clarify for people might not know that when they look at some of the things they're eating or consuming, sometimes things such as whey protein or soy protein or things of that nature, it doesn't say nutrition label on the back. It says supplement label. And there's a difference between a nutrition label and a supplement label. And if JuicePlus was a supplement, it would have a supplement label. So that's a really interesting point that people should take into consideration when they're deciding on whether or not they want vitamins in their supplements versus trusting the whole foods.
Reduces the impact of the constriction of your blood vessels. So that's an immediate result of taking the capsules.